Most people who pay for AI tools are overpaying, and they don't even realize it. Over the past 3 months, I've spent more than $4,000 on AI subscriptions. I tested basically 100 of them. Almost all of that money was wasted. I deleted 88 out of 100, some on the very first day. 12 remain, here they are, and only 3 of them actually make me money. Before we start, here are 3 useful things you'll take away from this. One of these tools is free, and it's not even inferior to the paid ones, but most people haven't even heard of it and keep paying for something they don't need to buy. Another one writes so well you can't tell it's text from something written by a real human, and it's not ChatGPT. And the cheapest one on this list brings me more money than any other. You'll never guess which one. I didn't believe it myself at first. What follows is only what actually works, and what they're scamming you into overpaying for. No one else will tell you this, because they all have affiliate links to the more expensive options. The first block is what makes everything else meaningful. I call it the brain. Sure, some people manage without it, but it usually shows. 3 services that think, write, and check facts for you. The first tool is Claude. If you need to seriously think something through, break down a complex topic, write a long text, or dig through code, nothing beats it right now. And this isn't a matter of taste, it's the numbers. It's ranked first on the main model leaderboard. But here's what matters more. Claude lies the least. To be precise, it's the only one that will say, "I don't know," instead of confidently making up an answer you'd fall for. Give it a trick question, and ChatGPT and Gemini will most likely make up something plausible sounding and deliver it with total confidence. And here's a fact nobody will tell you. The smarter a model gets, the more convincingly it lies. In recent tests, the most advanced models hallucinate more, not less, because they start inventing things that aren't in the source material. And where a mistake costs real money, this changes everything. It costs $20 a month, and I have it open 24/7. The second tool is ChatGPT. It's not the best at any one thing. It's the best when you need everything at once. Images, voice, search, code, all in one window.
The latest version, GPT 5.5, is the default there.
You need one tool for everything, get this one. But here's what others won't tell you. Google's Gemini can do half of the same things for free. If you're just popping in a couple times a day to ask something, translate, or draft some text, you probably don't need to pay for anything. We'll come back to Gemini. It'll come up more than once. The third tool is Perplexity. It's search, but with one difference, it attaches a source link to every fact. You see not just the answer, but where it came from. This cures that same disease, confident lying. I'll be honest, Gemini also does live search now and also for free, so if you only need to check something occasionally, it's enough. But if you're meticulously digging through information and verifying every source, Perplexity is built exactly for that. Everything I say in these videos, I verify here, links will be in the description. We have the brain, now the hands. What we use to make images, voice, and video. What you'd have paid a whole studio for just a couple years ago. And here I'll tell you what half the channels are still hiding. One very hyped up service is already dead, and they still stick it in every top list. But more on that in a minute, and remember the cheapest one that brings the most profit of all. It's coming up. The fourth tool is Midjourney, and I can already hear, but what about Nano Banana? I ran both, so now I have something to tell you. Midjourney holds first place for one reason: pure image beauty. Give it a simple prompt and it adds light, depth, and atmosphere on its own. Out of the box, you get an image on par with a shot from an expensive movie. No other one can do that. Nano Banana is Google's model, and I'll give it credit. It excels at 2 things. First, it renders text within images correctly almost every time, around 95% accuracy. Midjourney is around 70%, meaning you'll have to redo roughly every 3rd image with text on it. Second, it keeps the same face consistent across 10 different images in a row, shot after shot. If you're making ad mockups or a story with one recurring character, go with Nano Banana. It's also cheaper. But if the task is simple, just make it look good, Midjourney is still the king. $10 a month. That's why it's on this list, and now you know exactly when to switch to the other one. The 5th tool is 11 Labs. This is voice. It will narrate any text of yours so well you can't tell it apart from a real person in any language. You can clone your own voice, a couple minutes of recording, and from then on, it speaks for you. For quality and emotion, it's still the gold standard. And here, you'd reasonably ask, they nearly tripled prices over the past year, so isn't there something cheaper? There is, but the devil's in the details. Free open source models have already caught up in quality. In blind tests, people even choose them more often. Sounds great until you try installing them on your own computer. You have to deploy them through Python. You need a GPU with at least 8 gigs of VRAM. This is for tech geeks, not the average person. There's Fish Audio, way cheaper, but the commercial license costs extra again. There's Google, simpler and cheaper, but it still falls short on emotion and voice cloning. So here's the breakdown. If you're willing to mess with technical setup to pay nothing, free models are your path. For everyone else who wants to just log in, type text, and get results, 11 Labs remains the simplest and most convenient. You're paying for simplicity. The sixth tool category is video generation. And this is where it gets interesting. Everyone's still shouting about Sora from OpenAI. Well, Sora is dead. It wasn't banned or hacked. OpenAI shut it down themselves back in April. Too expensive to maintain, plus the entire studio industry came down on it over copyright issues, and half the channels still rank it in their best AI tools of 2026 lists, because they're just rewriting old articles without checking anything themselves. Now listen closely. The current quality leader is a different model called Cdance, Chinese, from the creators of TikTok. It beats everyone in blind tests. But I don't recommend it to you, and here's why. In the US, it's basically unavailable. It's region locked. And on top of that, all of Hollywood has turned against it. Disney, Paramount, Netflix, and Sony all demanded together that it stop violating their copyrights, and even the guild got involved. Whether it reaches an actual lawsuit is just a matter of time. Getting attached to something like that will cost you more than it's worth. So we choose from what you can actually use. Need reliable and high quality? Go with Google Veo. Need cheap and fast? Go with Kling. That's the whole choice. Don't cling to big names. Cling to what works and what's always available. And since we're talking about what's not worth your money, it's time to settle the score. At the start, I promised 3 tools that are recommended to you almost everywhere, and I deleted them. Here they are. The first is Jasper, AI for writing advertised on every corner, $49 a month. And inside, it runs on the same models as Claude and ChatGPT, which you're already paying for. So you're paying for a wrapper? I canceled the subscription and write in Claude instead. My texts only got better. The second is Zapier, automation, pushed on everyone. It's fine on its own, but the moment tasks get more complex, the bill grows before your eyes. Make does the same thing and more for less money. We'll come back to Make. The third is expensive services with talking AI avatars, 30, 50, up to $100 a month. People love recommending them because they look futuristic, but you don't need them at the start. You make the voice in 11 Labs, and the face, well, I've got a mask instead of a face, and as you can see, that's enough for me. The rule is simple. Don't pay for what tools you already have can already do. 90% of essential AI services are just wrappers charging you for things you can already do yourself with tools you already have. So, we have the brain, we have the hands, one block left. These are the tools you use to build your own thing and make money. Your own website, your own app, your own stream of clients. 6 tools. We'll move faster here, but don't zone out. The most profitable one is at the end. The 7th tool is Cursor, a code editor with AI built in. Even if you're not a programmer at all, you just say in words what you want, and it writes the code for you. What used to take a developer a whole day now takes minutes. The main competitor is GitHub Copilot. It's cheaper and built into almost everything. But Copilot suggests line by line, while Cursor assembles an entire program. Want to build something from scratch? Start with Cursor. The 8th tool is Lovable, or V0. They're similar. This is completely code-free. You describe in words what website or app you need, and it assembles itself right before your eyes in a couple of hours. This is the fastest growing thing in all of AI. People take an idea in the evening, and by morning, they have a finished product they can already sell. Looking for something to make money on? Look here. The 9th tool is Make. Remember I canceled Zapier? This is what I replaced it with. This is automation. A client emails you, and Make automatically logs them into a spreadsheet and sends you a notification so you don't miss it. Set up the chain once, and it works without you from then on. Zapier is simpler, I'm not arguing that, but it charges more for that simplicity. Make is more powerful and cheaper at the same time. The 10th tool is Opus Clip. It takes your long video and automatically cuts short vertical clips for TikTok and Shorts. It finds the hook-worthy moments on its own, adds subtitles on its own. What used to take an editor hours. Submagic is a close alternative. Some people prefer its subtitle style, so try both. If you make content, this is a direct way to turn one video into 10. The 11th tool is Apollo. Now this one is directly about money. If you're selling something or looking for clients, Apollo finds the right people and their contact info. A database of hundreds of millions of companies. Agencies used to charge thousands for this. A comparable service like ZoomInfo costs a fortune, while Apollo gives you nearly the same thing for pennies. And you can start completely free. And the 12th, remember I promised the cheapest one that brings me the most money? Here it is, Beehive. This is an email newsletter service. What does it cost to start? Nothing. Free. You build your own subscriber base. People who chose to read or watch you themselves. And this base belongs only to you. Algorithms change, social platforms ban accounts, but nobody can take your email list away from you. The main competitor is Substack. but it takes a cut of your earnings and keeps the audience on its own platform. Beehive gives everything to you. This newsletter earns me more than all my other tools combined. The cheapest one on the list, and also the most profitable. Remember where we started? $4,000 and 100 tools, all just to find these 12. Add up the subscriptions for these, and it comes to around $150 a month. Sounds like a lot? A nice dinner for two at a restaurant costs about the same today, except you eat the dinner and forget about it, while this set of tools replaces a designer, a copywriter, an editor, a programmer, and an entire sales department. If you had to hire all of them or buy separate software for each task, you'd be paying at least $2,000 a month, but you pay like it's just one dinner. Let's run through it quickly to lock it in. The brain, Claude for thinking, ChatGPT for everything at once, Perplexity for fact-checking, Create, Midjourney for images, 11 Labs for voice, VO and Kling for video, Build and Earn, Cursor for code, Lovable for apps without code, Make for automation, Opus Clip for cutting clips, Apollo for clients, Beehive for newsletters and money. 12. Everything you need. The rest can go have a nice nap in the nearest dumpster. Understand this. The main skill today isn't collecting 100 tools and subscriptions. It's figuring out which 12 you actually need and not paying for everything else. Now you can see it, and it'll be a lot harder to scam you. I tested 100 tools, so you don't have to waste 3 months and a pile of money. If this video saved you even a couple $1,000s, do one thing: subscribe. I'm constantly testing new things and showing you only what actually works before the people who never check anything themselves write about it. In this video, I said Claude beats ChatGPT. I know that's going to upset some people, so next time I'll put them face to face. Claude, ChatGPT, and Gemini on real tasks, no marketing spin. And the winner wasn't who I bet on. And in the comments, tell me which tool I wrongly called garbage and which great one I missed. Defend your pick. Access is open. Use it.